A suspected airstrike in Ethiopia on Sunday killed at least 26 people in the country's embattled Amhara region, according to a hospital official. The strike marked the deadliest reported since clashes between members of the Ethiopian army and a local militia known as Fano erupted in towns and cities across Amhara. For more insight on the tense situation, VOA's Paul Ndiho spoke to Edgar Githua, an international relations, security and diplomatic expert at the U.S. International University in Nairobi.
The government of Prime Minister Abiy is struggling to maintain control, security control in the country, because if it allows all these small regional militia groups to rise up and oppose it, he is going to lose legitimacy and the center will collapse. That is what is at stake. But more importantly, coming to the Amhara region, the mistake, and we could call it a mistake right now in retrospectively, but what Prime Minister Abiy was trying to do was trying to bring all these militia groups that are out there in the country under the fold and the control of his security forces. It is dangerous for any leader to allow warlords and militia groups to be out there, regions operating in a semi-autonomous manner. So he's just trying to consolidate power, but I think how he went about doing it, trying to force the Amhara region and the Fano militia to come back to the fold, I think that is a mistake he might have made. I tend to believe if he had negotiated with them to really ask them to, kind of regulate their behavior and gradually win them and enable them to come into the military on their own terms, he would have won.
How about for people who, for example, say that when what was going on in the Tigray region, he used the Amahara. Now he has abandoned the Amahara and he's using people from Tigray to fight the Amahara. How would you respond to that kind of criticism?
It's classical divide and rule, and knowing that sometimes for political expediency, there are no permanent enemies, no permanent friends, only permanent interests. So when it suited him, the Amharas help him to fight the Tigrays. If it suits him, he will make a deal with the Tigrays to fight the Amharas. I think that is what Ethiopia is trying to manage. And unfortunately for Abiy, he feels like he does not have the support of the entire country. That puts him in a very vulnerable position, because such presidents or such prime ministers, such political leaders tend to overreact, tend to move from one spectrum of being moderate to dictatorial very quickly, because they're trying to consolidate and keep power. That is what is happening in Ethiopia. If he could get the acceptance from the Tigrayans, from the Amharans, and, he has never really gotten to a place where he feels they politically accept him.
You just reminded me of, I guess, one of the greater phrases from one of Chinua Achebe's books, when the center can no longer hold, then
things fall apart.
Things fall apart.
Yes.
Here we are looking at a leader who at one point had a stronghold on the entire country, but it looks like things are falling apart.
You're right. I think what has happened for him is that the war with the Tigray region, with the Tigrayans, exposed his underbelly. That conflict showed other parts that he can bleed, he can be defied, and if people are determined, they can put up a fight. He is not a de facto powerful leader, all right? So some of these regions will keep on poking at him, will keep on trying his patience, will keep on trying to poke and prod to see where his vulnerabilities are.
Thank you so much, Dr. Edgar Githua, for your insight.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul.
That was Edgar Githua, an international relations, security and diplomatic expert at the U.S. International University in Nairobi, speaking to VOA's Paul Ndiho.